Hello dear students, my name is Vikram Nalode. I am from Mechanical Engineering Department working at Sharad Institute of Technology, College of Engineering, Yadra, Ithilkanji. Today we will discuss some contents of machining processes. Machining is this is very important manufacturing technique in which products can be manufactured by material removal process in given and desired geometry. So let's start by discussion of machine tool. So this is the diagram which represents the lathe machine. It is also called engine lathe because earlier it was driven by the steam engines. The basic parts I will tell. This is the headstock, this is the tailstock, this is the tool post assembly. Generally, lathe machine is one of the oldest and most important machining tools. Jobs to be machined here. Jobs to be machined is rotated or turned, and the cutting tool is moved relative to jobs. If a tool moves parallel to the axis of rotation of the workpiece, cylindrical surfaces are produced, while if it moves perpendicular to the axis, it produces flat surfaces. These are of following types. These are engine lathe, bench lathe, tool room lathe, turret lathe, and computer controlled lathe. So first type is engine lathe, that we already discussed about that. It is a common type of lathe, is termed as engine lathe. Earlier it was driven by the steam engines, that's why it is called engine lathe here. The most common form of lathe, motor driven, and comes in large variety of sizes and shapes. It is driven by steam engine. It is called center lathe because it has two centers between which the job can be held and rotated. A very high percent of all lathe work is done between the centers. If we classify, it is according to their design and the power transmission method. So power can be transmitted by belt driven lathe. It is a motor driven lathe, and gearhead lathe. It means power transmission in the form of the gears assembly. Next type of lathe is speed lathe here. This is very simplest form. It consists simply headstock, tailstock, and the tool post mounted on the light frame bed here. It may have a step cone pulley arrangement or may be equipped with variable speed motor. Then next is bench lathe, because such lathes are mounted on the benches, and due to which it is called bench lathe. It is generally a low power machine used to make precise components of workpieces. The workpiece, which is to be holded in the jaws, that has a swing of 250 mm diameter at the face plate here. So bench lathe, in most cases they are complete as larger but are smaller and lighter. So next type of lathe we'll discuss here is the tool room lathe. It looks like a conventional engine lathe here, but it is built more accurately. Its speed of rotation is 2500 rpm. It is equipped with all accessories and attachments. Costing of this machine is higher, mainly used for manufacturing smaller tools, dies, gauges, fixtures, and precise parts of all kinds. Next is turret lathe. This is very important because these are the turret lathe. It is the assembly over which number of tools can be mounted, and turret is adjusted or replaced by the tailstock. Tool post of the engine lathe is replaced by a square cross slide which can hold 4 tools. So turret is medium production semi-automatic lathe to make parts in greater quantities to closer tolerances, and the speed of the process is faster than all the machines. As we have already discussed that it is an adaptation of engine lathe where tailstock is replaced by turret slide that is cylindrical or hexagonal. So here in this picture 6 types of tools, cutting tools are mounted on the turret. Tool post of engine lathe is replaced by square cross slide, front cross slide which hold 4 tools. Next is computer control lathes. Generally in this category CNC machines are discussed. CNC means computer numerical control machines. Such type of machines where cutting, loading, tool changing and part unloading, these are automatically controlled by computer coding itself. So this is a type of automatic lathe. Now this is the machine tool we will discuss here about its important parts about lathe machine, whether these are about headstock, its tailstock, its carriage assembly carrying apron, cross slide and tool post and various workpiece holding devices. So let's discuss its lathe bed, headstock, carriage, cross slide, apron and tailstock. Lathe bed. The bed is base of the lathe machine. It is supported on broad box columns and is made up of cast iron, because cast iron is having very good compressive strength as well as wear resistance, due to which it is effectively used in the lathe machines. It consists of 2 heavy metal slides running lengthwise with gves. Units which are mounted on the beds are the headstock and the tailstock and the carriage over the lathe bed. Lathe bed is made up of high grade special cast iron having high vibration damping capacities. It is secured rigidly over cabinet, leg and leg. In its use, care should be taken to avoid formation or scratches, nicks, dents by falling tools over it. It should be lubricated regularly. Next is headstock. Headstock, it supports the main spindle in the bearing and aligns it properly. It also houses necessary transmission mechanism with speed changing levers to obtain different speeds. Cone pulleys or gears could be used to change speed of spindle. Holding devices which are mounted on headstock spindle are like 3-jar chuck, 4-jar chuck, faceplate, collet chuck, magnetic chuck, lathe dogs. All these parts of workpiece holding devices we'll cover later. So here let's discuss about the carriage. Carriage is located between headstock and tailstock. It can slide along bed guideways and be locked at any position by tightening the carriage lock screws. It consists the parts like saddle, cross slide and apron. This is the saddle here, this is the cross slide, and this part is apron. Now let's discuss about cross slide. Here it is mounted on the top of the saddle. It provides manual or automatic cross movement for cutting tool It is provided with a female dovetail on one side and assembled on top of a saddle having a male dovetail. Apron. It is fastened to saddle. This is the apron assembly. This is fastened to saddle. It contains gears and clutches for transmission of motion from feed rod and hand wheel to carriage. Also split nut lever which engages with the lead screw during the threading operation. Tailstock. It is a movable part located opposite to headstock on the base of the bed. It is used for two purposes: to support free end during machining, to hold tool for performing operations like drilling, rimming, tapping. So today's lecture, which has covered about the lathe machines and its various important parts. In coming lecture, we'll discuss the workpiece holding devices and the various processes carried on the lathe machine. Thank you so much.